Hey guys, what's up? Happy New Year. It's 2021 and welcome back to this episode of What the Fuck America. And as always, it's your boy Rob. What up, Rob? How's it going?
What up, world? What up, world? 2021. How you doing? Bringing in the new year.
It's crazy, bro. It's the future. And also, we have Sarah Love. What up, Sarah?
What's up, guys? Happy New Year.
How's it going? All right, we have an awesome show for you guys today. It's going to be New Year's, not resolutions. Why? Because we never go through with the New Year's resolutions anyways, right? Or we just could talk about whatever, right? What we expect out of this whole new year, 2021. What do you think is going to happen? Obviously 2020 was a crap shoot, right? Crap shoot.
They saying 2020 went down in history for real. It's in the history books now. It's like the worst year ever, I guess, because of the pandemic. That's when all the shit hit the fan right at the start of 2020.
The worst year ever? I don't know. I'd have to say the bubonic plague was probably the worst year ever.
Well, are they saying that though? What are they saying? And 2020 is going down as, going down in history. That's basically what I'm saying. It's going down in history with those times, the year of the bubonic plague or whatever.
Right. Oh man, yeah, it's going to be considered one of the worst in history, man. The election we had, the pandemic, the lockdowns, the civil unrest, man. Just it was just.
I just feel like I just feel like 2021 into however long into oblivion. We're just gonna keep following that 2020 path. It doesn't look like it's gonna get. Does the future look clear? I mean, it looks like we're having mutated viruses and shit now. What else?
Well,
there's a lot of stuff going on. We got the election. Look, we still don't even know who the president is.
Oh man,
most of the time,
that?
In the elections, most of the time you know who the president is going to be before the year ends out. So we're getting right into the new year.
They're saying Joe Biden. Everybody's saying Joe Biden.
Well, I don't think that Joe Biden's going to be making it in office, man. I do not. We're waiting on the 6th. What's today?
I don't know.
By the time we put this show out, it'll be right around that time. But the 6th is when all hell's about to break loose, when everybody finds out that Joe Biden didn't win over the fraud that we got going on. And you guys will see that. Pence, he has the right to basically do away with all the votes from all the fraudulent states that's had problems. And if you do that and you count up the ballots, it's 232 to 222 in favor of your boy Trump. So
like they could actually take, because they've already said that they know that there's fraudulent ballots out there every year, right? But what do they do with those? They still count them as actual votes? Or now that they know they're fraudulent, do they get thrown out? I guess I never really thought about that. So like, are you saying basically those fraudulent votes, Trump's team can actually get those votes physically and then have them pretty much taken out, and now what's left of what we have in front of us is the actual answer?
It's something in the Constitution that allows Pence on the 6th, because I guess he's in charge of counting everything or something. He's in charge of counting all the ballots or something. So on the 6th, we're supposed to find out who the actual president is. Well, when it comes down to it, Pence, under some constitutional law, has the right to refuse all the states that had the shit going on with the fraudulent counts. Georgia, whoever
Michigan.
else. Michigan. All those states. It was like 7 of them or something, maybe. He can throw them out, and and they cannot. What they say? They cannot question it or anything. Like nobody has the power to override Pence's decision on throwing those fraudulent states out of the whole thing, and not count them at all. So that just leaves the rest of the states and by that Trump wins.
Wow, that's Yeah, I
It's
guess.
crazy.
I mean, if we don't know till the 6th, I guess it ain't over till the fat lady
So
sings,
yeah.
right? So
So yeah, it's a lot of mess going on with the this new year coming up, and it's scary, going into this new year after the start of 2020 and being locked down. We're going into the new year. We're
I
already
know,
locked
man.
down. We're still locked down. We're
I can't
back on
believe,
lockdown. We're still locked down. It's getting worse. So I mean, what
can't believe, man.
what can we look forward to?
A year of pretty much lockdown. I mean, I got to keep saying this though. Like, I honestly, my life hasn't changed that much in this year. I mean, besides the little amount of time where it was straight lockdown, like you had could not there was like curfews and things like that, and like where you had like the long lines and things outside the grocery stores, like when that was happening, like that was, when you think about it, that was a short amount of time in a year, within a year span. That was a little bit of time that we had to go through that. So like really everybody has been able to kind of do what they want to do, except for businesses. Basically, like businesses couldn't be open, or they couldn't, seat everybody that they wanted to seat. That's really the only thing that we're dealing with, because I honestly, like I said, my life hasn't changed, man. I
Well,
still
it's
go to
it's
work
small
still.
it's small businesses that are being really hit by the pandemic and all this
Yeah, not the
economy.
citizens per se, right? Not us
Well,
individually.
to some people it does. Like, a lot of people are hurting from the pandemic itself, because when these small businesses start to go out of business, then there goes jobs. And when we start losing jobs, I mean, there some people don't have the right education. So like a restaurant, a small mom and pop's restaurant that used to that wine or whatever, doesn't have a real good education, but he
Mhm.
was able to work there. He's been working there for years. He's making like 15, $16 an hour now. That's pretty good money. He's surviving off of that, but that goes out of business. He can't go get him a job ASAP at a trucking company with involved with shipping, because all he's done is cook all his life. So those small businesses like that do help out their communities, and when
They
you
do.
take those out of play, a lot of people do suffer, and a lot of people go broke and
Yeah, but
and
I guess what I was saying was, did it affect you like with the lockdowns and stuff like
me personally, it did not affect me at all, because like hell, I don't really care to go out anyway. And I'm
that?
always more of an inside person. I'm always, on computers and stuff like that, or I'm always working or whatever. So like it really didn't affect me, because I still go back and forth. I do what I do. I don't wear a mask. Question me a couple people have a couple
You
times.
don't wear masks.
No, I
Oh,
don't wear a
uh,
mask because I ain't with all that, man. We done been through it. I believe all this is a hoax, and it's a setup just to get us locked down and keep us in the lockdown. Like,
yeah,
we're never going back to normal. So 2020 is what we're gonna see in 2021 and beyond.
man, they're way behind on the vaccination outcome. Like they wanted to have 20 million Americans vaccinated by the first of the year, and that didn't happen. I think there was only like 10 or 12 million doses that actually made it out, um, into the public. So even the distribution part of it was a slow going process. But trying to get 20 million people, and like I think it's only like 2 million right now, like 2 or 3 maybe, because people are trying to be like, nah, man, I'm not taking it because I don't know what's going on with the virus. I don't know what's going on with the vaccine. I don't know, they want to stand back and watch what happens to like the first wave of people and see, how this all plays
Yeah,
out.
my thing about the virus is, man, is like they just now came out with the vaccine, and all of a sudden it's starting to mutate, and now they're going to have a different problem on their hands. So maybe it's too soon to try to start making vaccines until they test this thing more. They know every season, just like the regular flu, it's going to mutate a little bit. So therefore, every season, every year, every new year, we're going to have to deal
You
with
think
these.
that's why it might have been 2 years with the Spanish flu? I guess that's a good theory. took 2 years to kind of figure out what it does in all the seasons, and if it
Yeah,
reoccurs the second time around the same way it did the first time around,
exactly.
why the Spanish flu took 2 years to get rid of, like essentially,
Yeah,
basically,
see,
because
so that means that in
they
order for
got
them
time
to
to test
actually
it.
track, yeah, they're gonna have time to test the virus throughout the years. So it seems like the only other option is to keep people locked down through those years, and that could take 3, 4, 5 years before they even get this whole thing figured out. And by then, it's mutating, it's doing other crazy stuff, and we don't, it's hard to really play it out how it's really going to end up playing out. And all I can see is lockdowns in our future. So
I don't know. See, I don't feel that way. I kind of felt like towards the end of 2020, it's like this boiling pot, of just shit that can happen. And now that we're in this new year, like literally we're in a new year now, 2021, I feel like everyone kind of assumes like this Joe Biden's going to be the president, and this is what it's going to be from here on out, and there people are getting vaccinated. So now that boiling pot is starting to like simmer down a little bit. Like that's how I feel it's going. But I guess you're right. You never
well,
really
that's what I'm
know.
saying. Everybody's getting
We
vaccinated
also were supposed to be
right
locked
now,
down for 2 weeks because of the virus, and here we are a year later. So, you know,
but they're going back to the phase ones and everything like the initial lockdown tactics because the virus is mutating. You ain't been seeing the reports out. I guess the first one in America, what was it in? Was it in
Colorado.
Colorado or something?
I think it was
But
Colorado. I heard
somewhere,
it was.
yeah.
I heard it was Colorado, and then
So
the
so
person didn't
they're
even have any kind of um, he wasn't traveling, or she, I can't remember if it was he or she,
it
but
doesn't matter, man. They're trying to initiate it. They want to get it. Oh, they want the fear out of the people, so they're going to initiate the second strain of
bro,
it.
I'm
It's
gonna
going to
tell you,
become
man.
2020. What where are we at? COVID-19 is going to be COVID-20, and then it's going to move to COVID-21 and COVID-22 and COVID-23. It's just going to keep doing that, and then they're going to have to keep coming out with vaccines every freaking year, and they're going to inject you with it. And in 4 or 5 years, you're going to have so many different types of vaccines injected in your body. What's going to happen to you?
Yeah, but
That's
that's
all
for
I'm
the people.
saying.
That's for the people that choose to do it.
Yeah,
Right
for the
now,
people that choose to do it, that's on you. I'm just warning you
I'm just saying.
about
But
what's going to happen. And
But see,
go ahead.
like it might not be like that either, though, because I feel that a lot of people that I've talked to are losing that fear of it. Like even people that were really scared of it to begin with are like at the point now where they're like, all right, well, I've lived with this whole coronavirus thing around me going on and this pandemic happening for over a year now. And like me, none of my family members, um, have really been affected by it, and if they have, they've had it and gotten rid of it. Like it's not,
Exactly.
it's gone
So
away. So like the initial fear and shock of this whole it's a virus you're going to die from, like I think that's really starting to kind
it's
of calm
starting to,
down.
yeah, it's starting to calm down until they initiate a new strand that actually does something to somebody. It's like they got to work us into it to keep this lockdown. I believe that's what their whole intentions is to keep us locked down, keep us in this police state where they have
Well,
total control over us.
I don't think that's what it's going to be. I
Well,
think
I
it's
don't think
going to
it's going
be
back, Mr. Mikey V.
well, no, it's definitely not going to go
It's
back.
not going backwards.
It's not
You're
going
not going to be
backwards.
sitting out there in Central fucking Park with your fucking dog and stealing picnic baskets and shit. You know what I'm saying? In the fucking park with
Hey,
your
boo,
family
boo.
eating picnics and shit. You know what I mean? It's never gonna go back to that way. Where you can
All
just
right.
go into a restaurant without having to wear a mask, and it's never gonna go back that way. So
I think it will, man. It's just gonna take some time. We're still a
it
year.
possibly can. It possibly can, but I think one of the only possible ways that's gonna happen is if Trump stays in office and not leaves office right now. I definitely don't think we need Biden in office. With Biden, this thing will get worse and you will be on supermax lockdown. I think Trump is kind of trying to help us, the American people, out by sticking to the Constitution. So we need Trump in office, people.
That makes sense. I could see that. That's a good theory. What do you think, Sarah Love? What do you think? What do you think about this whole year? How do you feel about this year and the last year and what it's done for you and how it's affected you?
Um, my life didn't change a whole lot with COVID. My job was considered an essential service,
Hmm.
and I still got up every day and went to work. I mean, I did. There had been a couple employees that tested positive, but they had it and quarantined for 2 weeks and got rid of it. And now they're back to work. And I mean, during that time, we actually had two people out in the same department. So that put a strain on things because we were low on staff. But
Right.
we got through it, and it was a short period of time. That was a 2-week period of time. Out of what 9 months of this, my life didn't change a whole lot.
Hmm.
So I really, it's annoying to me at this point. Like I hate wearing a
Yeah.
mask.
And the people that did have it, how did they fare after? Like, did they get over it? Okay,
Yeah,
nobody died from it.
no, everybody's back to work. Everybody's fine.
See, that's what I mean. The
It
initial
was like having the
fear.
flu for the two people in the same department that had it. It was like having the flu. They
Yeah.
felt like shit, had a fever for a little bit,
Wow.
but that's kind of it.
Yeah. See, I just think it's all kind of gonna just boil itself out, and
Dude, why do you think it's just gonna boil itself out when the elite of this fucking planet plan this shit? Why they're just not gonna let it boil out and die out? It's gonna keep
because
going
there
and
because
getting worse
they're starting
because
to
they
see
want to
that
control you, Mr. Mikey V.
there's
They want to
there's
lock you down.
success in numbers. That's why, man. There's too many people on Earth that don't jive with this, and it's like if everyone on Earth
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
could.
But we need to come together because what they're passing in their laws and shit like that right now is what's trapping us and what's keeping us down. As soon as Biden and Harris get in office, they're taking your constitution, man,
You
and
want to
that's
know
not
another
good for the
thing?
American.
Another thing they're doing, if you heard a lot about, they're releasing a lot of alien information for some reason.
They are. I have noticed that
Yeah, I've
there's a
noticed
pretty
that too
significant amount.
Yeah, you see that? Like, I don't
be-
know. That's kind of crazy, huh?
because it's been going on. All the shit, all the conspiracies and stuff about aliens and stuff I be talking about. That shit
Mm.
is real, Sarah.
Sarah.
Because the
Just
government,
okay.
your government now is in a bunch of governments and special people in these special high up places are coming out and letting people know because they're planning something with the aliens, fake alien invasion, some shit like that to
I've
keep us
heard
controlled.
I've heard some things like that. Like, I've heard fake alien invasion to create a new one world order,
One order,
which
which
what
people will come together and
Biden
unite.
and the Democrats kind of want. Like,
Even who was that? Reagan. I believe it was Reagan said that if there was an outside threat, it would be the only thing that would bring people together under one roof. You know what I'm saying? Is
right.
to come together under, and I think they might try to implement something like that into the near future.
Yeah,
I'm not
man.
for
There was a
sure,
report of
but
a UFO
I
that
don't know about
like
all that.
flew into the ocean the other day. Um,
I
you know,
heard that a blue orb or
crazy.
something.
Yeah, these monoliths are just showing up, and then you have when was it? About just after the coronavirus started, like all of a sudden the Pentagon released information saying that they have had alien spacecraft in their possession. So, I mean, it's just like, what the hell? This
But
is,
no, we don't know what that means though. Just because aliens exist doesn't mean that it's exactly the way that Rob says it.
or that
Well,
that's
how
what
do
they
they
mean, right?
exist? They can exist in any type of
Well,
ways.
they
They
didn't
could
say
be
aliens. They didn't say
they could
aliens,
be
right? They just
dimensional
said
creatures. They could
spacecraft
be
not of
like
this
us
earth,
from a
I guess,
different,
is what they said. Was how they say it. Spacecraft not of this earth.
or they can be
So,
fucking lizards.
so what the fuck does that mean? Does that mean
That's
that
what I think they are. They're
aliens?
Fucking
lizards.
lizards.
Does aliens?
They're lizards, man. Well,
Is it
Sarah,
real?
just think. Mike. Hold on, Mike. I want to tell Sarah something. So just think what you go through when you're in preschool. First thing you see, first thing they teach you when you're in preschool and kindergarten. What's the first couple of things they teach you? They show
That was
you
a long time
this
ago, Rob.
ball. Yeah, look, Will, look. They show you the first things you see is a ball, a globe of the supposed planet that we live on, and then they teach you that the dinosaurs don't exist. Now,
They
if I
don't
was a
teach you that.
yes,
Well,
they do. They tell you that the dinosaurs don't exist, and then they teach you a little bit about Egypt. Well, I was kind of fascinated with Egypt when I was younger, but they do teach you that the dinosaurs lived 60 million years ago and they don't exist to this day. That's exactly what they teach
Um,
you in school. So
well,
if
they
you're a lizard
actually tell
race,
you
listen to
that.
me. Listen to me. If you're a lizard race, if you're a lizard race and you created humans and you didn't want the humans to know that you existed, the first thing you would do when they're young is you would teach them. You're telling them the truth, but then you're telling them that they all died off. When they didn't die off, they actually became more advanced than we are today. That's why
But
they were
that's
able to
not.
create people like us. Like,
Scientists will tell you that there are some animals alive today that were alive during the
hmm
time that
like
dinosaurs, like
alligators,
sharks, alligators, turtles,
rhinoceroses.
and there's
and
velociraptors
people
are
too.
at like compared to today's vultures and turkeys, I think, or something like that. They're like birds.
Yeah,
So
birds.
there and whales, there were whales,
Oh yeah, sharks.
and yep. So I mean, they're not saying that dinosaurs all died off and they just don't exist anymore, and that's that they all died, and
Well,
that's
like
the end of it
the period
because there's
of the
still
Jurassic animals have died off. Like that
Yeah,
era is gone. But
that's
like
what
right.
they're
They don't look
telling
like
you.
that
there are
anymore.
remnants and
But
there are
there are
descendants of
animals
those.
today that existed back then.
All I'm saying is, how come
And
that
Cockroaches,
couldn't be? How come that?
like
recognizing yeah,
cockroaches.
cockroaches.
We're not going deep into
They're
how the
recognizing the
planet was formed and
existence.
all that and what was the first little organism
Well,
here on the
no, we're not.
planet and all that
No,
shit.
but they are
All
saying
I'm
that
saying is
to
it
make
could
it
be possible.
exist.
It could be possible because, like I said, if you look back in all the cultures, every single one of them comes back to the dragon, the lizard, the snake. Every single one of them. They're dragon slayer in the medieval days. It's all in the Bible.
So maybe
It's
dragons
all.
existed, but that doesn't mean they were
What the hell is a
aliens.
dragon?
Yeah, they
What's
exist now down about 2 3 hours south of here. They're called Gila monsters. They're
Yeah,
gigantic.
man, that shit's a
They're
dragon.
gigant. They're
no,
gigantic
bro?
lizards
No,
that crawl
no.
around in the deserts.
We're talking about conscious, smart,
I
intelligent
thought we were talking
lizards.
about 2021.
Well, we are, but I'm just saying it could be possible. That's all I was saying about what if that's the reason why the first things they do teach us is basically a lie. The
Well,
dinosaurs did exist and they evolved, but they teach us that they died off. You
what
see what
I'm
I'm saying? That's how
thinking
you would keep people in a
that's
whole civilization brainwashed forever.
see that's what that's a good question. But first off, I want to know is why our governments are starting to say that it's true when
That's
they
what I'm
haven't
telling you
admitted
because
it.
they have to come out with all this shit. I think Trump actually is putting in law or in place like he has been since he's been in office. All this little shit, and he's giving people dates of bringing this information out.
Someone's one of these guys that I work with actually told me something that there was something to that effect in the coronavirus bill that they were passing that it states that in like March or April of this year coming up, they need to disclose some sort of amount of information about
Yeah,
the aliens and the
I've been
alien
hearing shit
thing.
like that, and
But
I
I
think
don't
that's
know
what's
what that
going on.
means. Why it would be in the coronavirus bill? Why it's all coming out now? I mean, like it's just that's what fascinates me. If it is what it is and
It's some deep
aliens
shit going on, man.
exist
Especially,
and they exist, I can't do nothing about it. It's not in my power to change it. As long as what I do on the daily basis doesn't have to change, then I guess it doesn't
bruh,
affect
if
me that much.
aliens existed, if they do exist, bruh, that changes every fucking thing. It changes
How
it. What you
though?
mean it don't change? It changes every damn thing
Okay, so
because
aliens exist all of a
we need
sudden.
to know.
Let's just say
We need to know the truth. We need to know the
let's say,
truth where we come from.
yeah, but you can't
Why
get it.
are we here? Where we come from? And if aliens exist and they know, but they know, what if they know? They know that they know the keys to life. You know,
Then the
or
same
the
people,
secrets of the universe or the solar system.
that are holding us down right now are going to be the same people that aren't going to allow us to know that information.
Exactly.
That's what
So
I'm seeing. So
Of course, they're not going to let us know the real information. That's what they always do. But that's should be our whole purpose and goal in life. Really, is as a species, is to know the truth and know where we come from. That's the only
well,
thing I push
I
for.
guess I
You
guess
know.
2021 will hold that secret. The more they open up to it, and then the more they start putting it down, putting that information out there. I guess we'll find out. What
Exactly.
do you think about? What do you think about the economy coming up this year? Do you think that 2021 is gonna have a better economic year?
Economical outcome.
There you go.
Well, I don't know, man. It's the debt is so much. I don't think we'll ever get out of all the debt. They're just still printing more money. I don't think the economy really looks good. I do think they do need to pass $2,000 stimulus checks. I've been hearing something about a bill talking about 2,000 stimulus checks a month. I'm always for money, but I just don't know how that will affect us in the long
Well,
run. I
that's
do agree right now that we do at least need the $2,000 stimulus check passed, and then maybe we wait a few months into the year and see what else is going on. I don't think they should rush into $2,000 monthly stimulus checks, but like I said before, I am all about some damn money, so y'all
okay.
can send
See,
me some checks
that's
if y'all
okay.
want
So
to. Just sign them over to. Oh, go
let
ahead,
me
bro.
just say, this. Like everybody is, I guess, online you can't get away from all the Mitch McConnell memes and the Nancy Pelosi memes and stuff, and
Yeah,
all that
fuck them
bullshit, right?
dudes.
But listen though, the reason why he said he didn't want to pass the $2,000 stimulus check was because that he felt like Americans, or people, I should say, would get the money that didn't need it,
That
right?
didn't need it. And I understand that, like for a family who's
So
making
how
three hundred and
so
fifty
the
thousand
way
dollars a
you
year,
just the
they
way
yeah,
you
they
just
don't need it.
sound it, let's see, just the way you sound it is like what gives
Go
him the
ahead.
ammunition to say things like that. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
so I
Like,
do
I'm all
understand
about
that.
the money,
I heard
but
that, and I read that. So
it,
all they have to do, man, is just put limitations on the shit. Give it to the people that really need it. A family of four that's only bringing in, if they're bringing in less than $75,000 a year. Those people, yeah, they probably do need.
yeah, but in order to find out who those people are, do you got to let them go for a whole year to see what the hell they're making? Like, I
No,
mean,
it's
how do you
their
find
past
out?
IR. It's their past. It's all through the IRS. So it's their past. What they made in
So what
what
they
year
were
is this?
making
In
last year, they're not making
2019,
now.
whatever they made in 2019 is what they need to go by, and that's just the way it
Okay.
is. Whatever their shit was for 2019,
But what
that's
if
what they
there's
go by.
people
So if you
there's
was
what if
making
there's
over this
people
amount,
that were making a certain amount of money in 2019 that are not making that amount of money now? What if they just got cut off? So how do you find out who those people are? If you go judged by off of their last tax return,
okay,
you don't know
then you
who.
know what? Then we give everybody $2,000. That's the only way to do it, no matter what. We got plenty of money. They print shit off. Give everybody the money.
True.
Either way, just give everybody the money.
It's funny. I saw
If you live in
another
America,
meme. Another meme that I saw about that was that they were how all the Democrats were bitching about the $5 billion that Trump wanted for the wall, and then but yet we've come up with $700 billion to give to other nations and things like that.
that's what I'm talking about, man. I mean, they're giving $1 billion to the Smithsonian fucking museum for what?
Right? They're not even
For
open.
what? I
Yeah.
just don't get what is so bad about that place. What's happening? Because what? You got to keep the everything up. Like you got to make sure that what the shit's just still sitting in the museum. I don't get it. I mean, they could
Yeah,
lock that,
but there's old. I mean, they could lock it down, but they still got
but
to
does it
pay
really
bills.
cost $1 billion though, man? $1 billion.
Probably, well, depending on how long you want to fit the bill for, or
Then
pay the bill
sell the
for.
shit.
Like, so, like, we have what relics in there? We have American history. We have history from all over the world. and that stuff deteriorates. If we don't have customers coming in to look at these things, that means we're not getting paid to pay the light bill or to hold the air on
I
that
understand
we
that.
need to keep these, like, let's say old scrolls from like whatever period, need to have a certain air temperature so that they don't
Okay, Mike,
deteriorate,
how the old scroll last this damn long
because we've
before it got in the museum? Like the what is that? The Dead Sea Scrolls they just found or whatever. All these scrolls and tablets and shit,
well,
bro.
that's what I'm
They're in
saying.
the ground.
Some of these things need like a certain to preserve them longer so they don't, because maybe some of these scrolls or paper objects that they've found in the last 100 years might
Okay,
have been
but
gone by now
listen,
without the technology that we have, like
I
air
understand. Regardless,
conditioning and
this is
stuff
supposed
like
to
that.
be a pandemic. This is a pandemic, and I understand it's hurting those business, but the people should always come first, regardless. The people
You're
of
right.
America should always come first over any type of artifact, any type of material shit. A human's life should always come first. Now, a better situation,
You're
something they
right.
could do: go
You're
ahead and
right.
disperse of the stuff that's in the museum out to keep track of everything, disperse it to other wealthy people that can keep up with just that one object and put the $1 billion towards helping the people, helping feed the nation and getting the economy boosted back up. So that
Yeah.
way, and then they could just after that, the economy gets back together, then you basically rebuild the Smithsonian Museum.
Right. Dude, I was just thinking the other day, like, if all the millionaires, or let's just the billionaires, let's say billionaires, right? If all the billionaires got together in America, just American billionaires from America, there's 350 million people in America. Were you sleeping? Looking at a text message.
Keep going, man. I'm listening.
I thought you were froze up. All right. Anyway, if there were all those people, all those billionaires, if we're to get up and like there's 350 million people in America, and if they were to just give everyone $1 million, you know what I mean? Like out of however many billionaires there are in America,
Well,
you just
dude,
give a
Benzos, what's his
million.
name? Jeff Benzos. That dude's worth like
Bezos.
200 Bezos, whatever the fuck his name is.
Yeah.
He's worth like $200 billion. So I mean, that dude could
He
probably
makes like $300 million, I think, a day.
That's what I'm saying. That dude could easily give each American $1 million, probably, and
Could
and
you
wouldn't
imagine?
even phase him. I
Could you
mean, that
imagine?
would boost the economy like no other.
I wonder though, because I thought about that. A nation of millionaires. Think about that. A nation of millionaires, a country of millionaires. Could you imagine everybody in the country being a millionaire? Some people are going to fucking waste that money and go
Exactly,
broke.
and that's their own fault. If they do that, that's on them. Which, dude, half the country would probably
They're already
trick it
doing that
off
with
and
their
go broke.
stimuluses that they've gotten in the
Exactly.
past. People were buying TVs and dumb shit
Yeah,
instead of
stupid
paying their
shit. Like
bills.
you got dumb people out there
Oh,
that take
which
$1 million
reminds
and go
me,
buy them $1 million Bugatti,
which
and then the
reminds me,
motherfucker gets wrecked the next day. Like that's stupid.
just so you know, Walmart's selling a 70-inch TV for like 460 some dollars, right?
Damn, they need to send my Obama check.
Bro,
I'm
but
about
that's
to
how
go
they're
get one of
getting
them
you. That's how
TVs.
they get you, right? They send you
Because it boosts
$600.
the economy.
Well, they send you $600, but everybody wants that 70-inch screen TV, but they can't afford to buy it, right? But they
So they
drop the
drop
price
the
to like
price.
$460. So that's 460 of your money that you just got from the government that they just get back
Plus
Exactly.
tax.
plus
Plus
tax.
tax. They get the money back. They're making money off of it, but
But that's stimulus, right? That's stimulating the economy.
the economy, that's what it's for. Yeah. So
But what about if you're the person that needs to feed your kids? What if you need food, not a TV? What if
that's why we need more money. That's why they're going for the ones that need more money. For
yeah,
$2,000.
I
Two
agree.
thousand dollars right now could help out a lot of poor people. And you know what? Those people that make $350,000 a year and they have no issues whatsoever. We just need it in the kindness of their hearts to maybe go out and donate that to a family that really could use it.
That's what, to go back to that, my little fantasy of a nation of millionaires. I think.
I want to be in that world, bro.
Hey man, I'm telling you, it could
Seriously.
happen. I could think about
I
it.
wanna
Like,
be in that
I would
world.
love for Jeff Bezos to just give everybody $1 million. Like let's hit a reset button on America. Let's like
Yeah.
give everyone $1 million. Let's start you off good. Let's reset this whole thing, and
I
then
mean,
like from
that
there,
would totally tear up the elites plan too. If like there was like say Jeff Bezos just snapped out of the whatever the hell he's in and was like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and sign over $1 million to every one of my American people. That would fuck the elites
documented
plan up,
America.
bro. Yeah, that would fuck the elite up right now, bro. The fuck
Yeah,
they
it would.
plan up because if I got $1 million, boom, I'm look, I'm opening up a small business. I'm investing, boom, a chunk of that money into a small business. I'm
Yeah,
gonna go.
but 350 million people will do that. What would that do to real estate?
It wouldn't. Not
I think
350
I
people
think
would
that
do it
there's a
though.
real good possibility that as good as that sounds, that could definitely blow up in our face because you got all these people trying to do that same idea at the same exact time. What's going to happen?
Well, unfortunately, all those people wouldn't do that at the same time because nobody, like,
Well,
trust me,
you
a lot
never
of people
know.
don't think like that. No, the majority of the people,
Or
I'm
what?
going out to go get me a brand new car. I'm going
They're
to get me
dumb.
some. I'm going to spend I'm going to spend $200,000 on some chains, $100,000 Rolly. You know what I'm saying? I
That's
gotta have the two
smart.
thousand
That's
dollar
smart because
Yeezys and
that's
shit.
physical. That's physical gold. That's physical
Well, the jewelry, yeah, it's
jewelry
investment. It's investing in
investment.
jewelry, shit like that. But man, people will blow through that, man. They tricking off at the strip club in Atlanta,
The
throwing
casino.
100 racks at the casino, losing money. I
Why though?
mean,
You wouldn't need
but
the
a lot
strip
of people
club.
will
You
come
wouldn't
up. A
need.
lot of
You
people
wouldn't.
would come up. A lot of
You
people
wouldn't need
wouldn't.
the strip club in Atlanta. You know why? Because that lady that was stripping a week ago, she just got paid $1 million from Jeff Bezos. So
Hey, to
what?
be honest, all it would do is basically it would still reset the economy basically because everybody's starting off with $1 million basically now. So the new goal would to become a multimillionaire.
Or
We everybody only has one,
multi-billionaire.
yeah, or a multi-billionaire would be the million basically.
Yeah, the new
You know what I'm
million.
saying? The new million
Right.
basically. So it would basically start off. It'd be just a lot of fucking money floating around. I mean,
I think that is a good way to crumble a nation.
or they could at least just give me $1 million and we'll say fuck everybody else.
That's funny. Yeah, that
money,
would be
money
nice.
make money make hey, money make you do any goddamn thing sometimes. $1 million,
I just
boy.
want that, dude. I
Shit.
would just want. I would just buy myself a cabin in the woods and a nice boat right by a lake. That's it. That's
Yeah.
what I would do, and live the rest of my life. I would just build my own little farm, my own little sustainability. I would say
Sustain,
fuck.
yeah,
I
like
would
solar
say
power
fuck
shit.
everybody else. I would invest in my home and my own home
Growing my own
economics.
crops. Yep. Growing my
Yes.
crops, everything. Like you
Yep.
damn right.
That's how I would do it. That's what I would do with my
Especially if the world basically, because could you imagine that too? I mean, everybody got $1 million,
and
man.
then
They
from
out there
there I would
buying,
just live
everybody
my
happy
life.
than a motherfucker. I
I
mean,
just live my life.
hey, I guarantee you though, crime will go down.
You think
Well, kinda.
you think
Yeah,
crime would go
like
down?
well, crime will go way down, but it would be a lot
Robberies would go
more,
down probably.
yeah, robbery shit like that. Because everybody got $1 million, right? Obviously, drugs is not
Murders
gonna
would
go
go up
anywhere.
because a lot of people are going to be
We'll
finding
try to
their.
rob other motherfuckers still. So
No,
murders are
robberies would go down, but murders would go up because you've come home to find that your wife was with this other millionaire.
true. So yeah, that type of crime wouldn't go down, but like certain type
It's
of
a
crime
mess.
will go down. But it would also open up doors for for people that had well, no, because I can't say that. If they had a brilliant mind, then they wouldn't be poor. But I was gonna say that would open up the doors for brilliant thieves that never had opportunities. You know what I'm saying? But
someone,
they can't be too
someone
fucking
would
brilliant.
figure it out. Someone would figure it out. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter, bro. It's like building a fucking safe. It doesn't matter. Any safe you can build
Nah,
the safest safe on earth, but someone will always figure out how to get into it. Like just will.
yeah. To be honest, man, I don't think there's any hope really for the human race. Like I said, we got to get out of this
That's a
rat
really
race, the
blatant
money, man.
statement, bro. That's a really
I'm sorry to say that, but look at the evidence, bro. There's just look at us.
I
We're
don't
like
think
a
so, man.
virus to this planet,
I
man.
think we could do good things, man.
You're a
I think
virus.
we
We
have
can we
I
do
think
have
we
the
have a good I think we got a good idea on the environment. I think the environment thing is going to change a little bit this year, which I think could change for the better. Like our energy sources, looking in and getting better energy sources.
man, we've had better energy
I
sources. They
know,
just don't
but
want to put it out
it's time
because
to
they can't make
change.
money off of it. Yeah,
But
us people, we have to. That's the type of society we need to be living in. Is not
we're at
using
that point. I think is where we
we
have to.
what I'm
We
saying
have
is
to.
we have reliable energy sources to where we don't have to pay. People shouldn't have to pay $300 light bills. Like I'm tired of paying $300 freaking light bills. We shouldn't have to do that, but it's all about the dollar. They have to make money. So when we have all you have to do is put a solar panel on every fucking house. Why not do it?
Mm.
That's
But
all you gotta do.
I'm just saying though, like that's what I think we're moving into. I think we're starting to begin the transition from fossil fuels to cleaner energy. I think it's just I know we've had the technology, and the reason why we it's not out there right now, like as a normal thing, is because of money. Yes, but we're getting to a point now though that the earth is literally going to die, and if the earth dies, even millionaires are not stupid. They're going to know, like, to say, okay, we got to stop caring about the money. We got to figure out a way. Maybe it's time for us to just change now. Now we're going to change. It's a whole era that's we're moving through. I think that's what I think.
But we could have been
I know
there
we could have been there.
already.
We could have
But
been
it's the greed. It's the greed that these companies, these oil companies,
Hey, you
these
could be
coal
as greedy as you
companies.
want, but if it tells you that the earth is going to die in 10 years, then that your greed goes out the window because you're going to live longer than 10 years. If you know you're going to live longer than 10
Not
years,
if
then
you're
you're going
like
to
Buffett.
stop.
Not if you're 90-year-old dude that owns this and that and that. I mean,
Mm.
I I don't know, man. It's just I don't believe that it's gonna transition that fast.
I think my New Year's non-resolution is going to be that Rob has a little more uh what is it? Optimistic outlook on on life, man. You're so like dark. It's like
I'm
god, dude,
not
like
dark.
have
I'm
some
just stating
faith, bro.
facts, bro. Like
Have
it's
some
the
faith.
world around the world that I see, the shit that I'm perceiving right now is just it's a fucking joke. It's a movie, and I can't
Mm.
not. I mean, I'm all right. I'm in it. I'm in it, and I'm just trying to make it as long as I can in the motherfucker. But I don't want to be held down like a slave. I don't want to be like. I just feel like it'd be a lot cooler to live in a community or a society where everybody is
See, and I
like
feel like we might be moving
our
towards
knowledge
that.
about shit. Where we need to
We're
move into
moving
that.
towards not being such a slave. We're learning that,
But I
like,
think it's
working
gonna
at
take something
home,
big to really get us
like the
to really
pandemic has
go on
shown
that
that
route, man.
everybody doesn't have to go to a physical building. You know, that's going to save a lot of people money. Company owners that own companies where they have their employees coming into a building where they can call in late, they can call in sick, and blah 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 blah. Why not have them work at home, right? Well, I think the pandemic has opened up some opportunities for that change. That's what I meant by like that's what I see happening with this transition of like cleaner energies, different types of jobs, different way of life, or different way of living. So that's what I see happening. That's what in my mind, that's what I see happening. I see things getting better because now, yeah, you've learned that you don't have to be going to a building. You don't have to go to work. That's going to save people money by not having to rent that space. It's going to open up more land, like physical land to maybe build houses for people, instead of having physical buildings for people to go to work to when they can just work from home,
Well,
like
how is everybody going to work from home? What is everybody
not
going to do?
everybody, but we're starting to learn that a good majority of like tech people, anybody that works like on computers, telephones,
Yeah, basically like office building shit
clerical
like that. You
work,
don't
yeah,
really
like
need to
all
be.
that stuff, you don't need to go into the office for that. You know what I mean? You could do
So
that
that
stuff.
changes our society. We don't need those big ass inner downtown cities
So
anymore
you
with the
now
big buildings and
you're more
everything.
freer. You know what I mean? Yeah, you don't need all these buildings, all this real estate. Now you turn that real estate into home living
House,
for
homes,
people,
homes, yeah.
homes for people, parks and things where people can enjoy life a little
Basically
better.
all the office buildings.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think that's why you ever see pictures of the future and it seems like all the buildings are like the Space Needle in um where is it?
But
Portland,
you
Seattle.
think it's cool to live in a society
But
where
you see,
we're locked
though
down
the
though?
ground. You see the ground though, and a lot of those pictures where you see when you have depictions of the future, you see these high rise, thin Space Needle looking type buildings, and
Yeah,
you
like
see nothing but parks and stuff on the ground, and people walking around and enjoying the free space now because now it's not cluttered with stores and buildings and things that don't need to be there, right?
but
Because now people can work from their houses. They can work from their where they live, their living quarters.
in order for us to, go that way, then you're saying a permanent lockdown basically.
No.
To where you can never go back to work in an office building.
Yeah, that would be awesome. And you could just work at home and then basically after 8 hours of your work, you can go spend your day, go out, go do what you're gonna do. Go eat, order food.
Okay,
Go
what if
fucking
the what if but okay, but it's not only just the office buildings that are being affected too, it's the restaurants. So the majority
well,
of the
no, because
restaurants.
those are
So
the jobs that you can't work
let's
from
say
home.
in
I'm
another
talking
two,
about
3 years,
jobs that
yeah.
you can work from home. If you eliminated the jobs where you're able to work from home, I'm talking about clerical stuff. People that file things, paperworks, that do phone calls, appointments, fucking all that shit, right? Computer work. Like if you just eliminate those jobs and take those out of the you know equation, then I think you that frees up a lot of space just in itself. I mean, I'm not talking about everybody because not everybody's going to be able to do that. Restaurant workers and people that cook food and provide that service aren't going to be able to have that luxury. You're going to have to change your career if you want to have that luxury. But I think that without these offices, like say if you have an office from like Wells Fargo, banking offices, I believe Sarah Love, you worked for a banking outfit, right? And isn't it
Did.
just an office of people on phones and cubicles and computers? Like
Yep.
if you took that building, that big ass square building that took up a whole block, like dude, imagine what you could do with that
But
building
the
or with that
security,
space.
though,
Well, I understand that. Yeah.
Oh,
for things like credit cards and banking and stuff, there's a security issue.
mm,
Like I wasn't even allowed to take my training materials home with me when I
Yeah,
was in
like
training.
some places would want
I guess that
you
makes sense.
to be on their servers. You have to be on like R&Ls, you have to be on their servers, that's
Okay.
running everything there, like because their shit
Well, and
is
that's a
encrypted and they got all,
possibility. They can do that
some
from
jobs are like
home.
that, but
There are some
The new
things that you can
yeah.
do.
5G, right? The-
You can log into their server from home. That's already a possibility, but pulling up somebody's personal information, like I would see full social security numbers, full credit card numbers, the
yeah.
attached banking information. I
And you
can't
could
have that
totally
at my
write that
house.
down and have it at home. Yeah. Yeah. I guess that does make a little bit of problem
but I
there.
see what
But
you're saying though too, Mike. Like if we could,
I don't know. Yeah,
like
like
a
I
lot of those
have to
telemarketing
imagine.
places you can
Right.
easily do from home, call
Yeah.
center shit like that you can easily do from home. I mean,
Yeah.
but the whole thing is man, it really shouldn't really necessarily have to get to that point either. We shouldn't have to shut down our office
I
buildings or
think
shut
we're
down
getting
our
smarter
restaurants
about it.
or
That's what I think. With technology and the help of technology, I think humans are getting smarter and we're starting to understand this like what life can be if we really use technology for the good instead of for the bad and you know and really make this a way better place to live, a way better earth to live. I think people could get along, you know but I guess we'll just have to see, man. We'll have to see what this crazy year holds for us. We'll have to see what it brings, if it's going to be COVID-21, if it if it's going to be lock your whole life down.
I guarantee you our next New Year's show we'll be talking about COVID-22.
All right, we'll see. I'm
It'll be
gonna
fire.
remember that. I'm gonna jot that down and remember that.
Be one of them motherfuckers. 21, 22. I think we're
Yeah.
in 20 right now. 2.0, COVID 2.0 right now. So that's
What'd
the
you
new.
do for your What'd you do for your New Year's? Do
Man,
anything?
nothing. Stayed at the house, drank a couple beers, and passed out.
Yeah. Did you at least make it to midnight?
Yeah, barely. Cause I had been up. I was up early that day, like 5:30 in the morning. So yeah, I barely made it.
I
We
sure
had to
did
make
not.
another. We had to make another run back to the store to because we had ran out of drink before the actual New Year, so we had nothing to toast to on New Year, so we had to go back. It was kind of cool,
That's funny.
but
See,
other
those
than
were
that,
the days. I don't remember. Dude, like I
I
before.
remember when we were younger though, boy. New Year's, oh boy, we have it planned out a month or two. Man, I'm wearing this. I already got this shit laid out for New Year's, like
That's what.
weeks in advance, and we be going out and we go bar hopping or
Yeah.
club hopping.
That's what Sarah and I were talking about because we were literally like getting ready for bed, and I'm thinking it's New Year's Eve. I'm like, wouldn't you be like curling your hair right now or looking for the prettiest dress you got? And she's like, yeah, it's kind of sad.
I remember back in the day, like even 5 years ago, at that 5 6 years ago, I was on New Year's Eve. I'd get tons of text messages from all the people on my phone. Happy New Year, happy because everybody was out kicking it, partying on New Year's, and now this New Year, I don't even think I got one Happy New Year this year from
Really?
anybody. Like
Well,
seriously, no Happy New Year at all. And I didn't send anybody a Happy New Year this year. So if that tells you any fucking thing, I don't think people are feeling happy. And I don't think,
no,
hey, we might need to change
I
that
don't think they are
holiday.
feeling
It's
happy. I
New
don't
Year.
think they are.
It's
They're
New
not feeling
Year's
happy.
because it's not a Happy New Year. Well, I guess it is called New Year's, but y'all know what the hell I mean.
Yeah, it's not happy though. You're right.
Yeah, a
People
lot of
weren't
people
happy
weren't
about it.
happy for this
But we can
past
change
New
that, man.
Year.
We can change that. A perfect example was this last weekend at work. I had a guy come in and pay my whole staff $50, everybody, myself included, all the managers, all the bussers, the bartenders, the dishwashers. Everybody got $50, and when we were kind of as we got it, we would go and say thank you to him, and thank him for his generosity. And he just basically his simple words were just, I want everyone to start the new year off with a little bit of hope, a little bit of faith, and to see the light at the end of the tunnel. It was basically
Those are the type of we need those type of people. We need more people like that just to rise up. Not only giving out money and stuff like that, but just the
just a
kindness
simple
of his
thought.
heart, the thought, and then the speech that you said. He
Yeah,
just wants people to start the New Year's off. Just the thought of him wanting other people to start. That's beautiful, man.
yeah.
So
So
we need more people like that in the world, man.
for sure.
For
It made me stop and think with all the negativity that we went through this whole year. It kind of restored my faith in humanity. That's why I was like, Rob, you're so dark. Oh my God. But you
it's
know,
it's all
people
smoke and
there's
mirrors,
people
man.
there's people out there, man, that still have big hearts. That are still generous and still thoughtful, and still your neighbor. So don't forget that. But anyway, you guys, let us know what you think about your 2020 and how you felt about it. Go ahead and drop a comment below. Let us know what you think is going to happen for this upcoming year for 2021. Do you think it's going to be all blah? Or do you think it's going to be all yay?
Rob seems to think so.
Rob seems to think so. He seems to think that it's going to be a bad one. But let's all
It
prove him
is,
wrong,
man.
right, guys? Let's prove him
Look,
wrong.
I
Let's
try
show
to.
him that there's still love, that there's still happiness
I
in.
try to be positive, man. Like I got to hopefully I'll know tomorrow, but I got a couple, I guess, positive things happening in my New Year so far. So I do have a lot of good energy going into the new year. I'm just
That's
worried
good.
about everything else that's around me, all the
Well,
negative that's around me in the world. I'm trying to just float through that as po- positively as possible.
gotcha.
Okay.
Hey, I think as long as you
So
stay positive and you put out positive vibe, it's going to come back tenfold. That's how I feel, man. So everybody stay positive. I love you guys. Thanks for stopping by. You guys can check us out at What the Fuck America YouTube. You can also check us out at What the Fuck America podcast on our Facebook, and you can also check us out at What the Fuck America 19 at our Twitter page. Thank you guys. Have a happy new year, and we'll see you guys next week. All right. Bye-bye now.